So the Southport inquiry's everywhere right now, isn't it? Headlines, clips. Politicians all saying the right thing, aren't they? I'm sorry, I've got my sunglasses on. My eyes are like piss holes in the snow. Look at them. I've been awake all night with this hip. I've got arthritis in my hip and it's absolutely killing me. So forgive me for the sunglasses, but I had to come on and say something. So they're saying all the right things, aren't they? But here's the question no one seems to be answering. Who's actually going to be held accountable? Because when something like this horrific crime, absolutely horrific, happens, when innocent lives are lost, you expect more than just statements, don't you? Statements and words. You expect answers. I know I do. I expect answers. So, and then the report makes one thing very clear. This wasn't just out of the blue, was it? It wasn't an out of the blue act. There were warning signs, there were mischances, and somehow everything just still slipped through the cracks, didn't it? And think about that. In a system full of checks, safeguards and responsibility, no one stepped in early enough to stop it. Why? Well, I think we know why, don't we? I know I've got thoughts of why it didn't happen. And now we're hearing that the same phrases again and again are used, aren't they? Lessons will be learned, processes will be reviewed. But people are asking, what people are asking is that actually enough? Do you think that's enough? No, I don't, because the families affected by this isn't just a report to them, is it? It's not just a headline somewhere. This is something that they have to live with for the rest of their lives. It doesn't bear thinking about, does it? A normal day turned into something unimaginable. Life changed in an instant. And while the country feels that they're still in shock, we're still in shock. I don't care what anyone says. I think lots of people are still in shock about that. There's something else building underneath, isn't it? I'd say frustration. Frustration that the warning signs weren't acted on. Frustration that the system didn't connect. Frustration that the accountability still feels out of reach. And here's where it gets really uncomfortable, because alongside the grief, there's anger. And instead of fully addressing that anger, a lot of focus has been on the focus has been on more about controlling the reaction, hasn't it? But people are asking, should the priority be managing the public response or controlling what went wrong? That's the tension that is in this country right now. So on one side, there's calls for order, and on the other side, there's people demanding real answers. We need real answers. And when those two things clash, trust starts to wear a bit thin, doesn't it? Very, very thin, I'd say, because people don't want reassurance anymore. They don't want just reassurance, do they? Reports and headlines. They want transparency. They want accountability. They want change, real change. Not just words, not just reports, as I say. They want action. Because if warning signs were there, if concerns had already been raised, how did this get so far? How did this happen? That's the question that isn't going away anytime soon. And that's why this story keeps growing and growing, doesn't it? Because this isn't just about one incident. It's about whether the system in place actually works, or only get questions after something goes wrong. And for a lot of people watching this, there's a feeling that something deeper needs to change, doesn't it? I think so anyway. Not just policies, not just procedures, accountability at every level. We need accountability. I keep saying this all the time, because without that, what's to say that this isn't going to happen again? It's not a question of if, it's a question of when it'll happen again. That's the reality people are struggling with. And remember Keir Starmer when he went to the Southport after this horrific attack, and people called him out and said, When will it be my child? When can you look after our children? And you know what he done? He turned his back on them and walked away like the coward that he is, got in his car and scurried away. Absolutely horrendous. From your leader of your country to turn his back on people that are angry, go away and then call them far right. They're just my thoughts anyway. Let me know what your thoughts are, please, in your comments below. I know this is very sensitive, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are.